Hey everybody, and welcome back. Welcome back. I know what you're thinking. I looked it up. You're thinking, why the hell does he keep making these goddamn videos? Well, because I wanted to talk about something today. I wanted to talk about meeting your soulmate, your person, your other half, your better half, your love of your life. Anyways, look at this. I even made myself a sign, and it's not working. So the way that you do this, the way that you meet somebody, the way that you go about this is not by going to bars and bringing your sketchbook and sitting there at the bar trying to look all moody and cool, drawing pictures and having somebody peep over your shoulder and ask, "Ooh, what are you drawing?" And you kind of looking over and saying something like, "Oh, just doodling," or some such other thing. That's basically what I did for a long time. When I lived in San Francisco, when I lived in New York, I would go to bars. I would actually, when I lived in Russia as well, I would go to bars. I'd bring my sketchbook. I would sit down at the bar. I would order myself a beer with a whiskey back, or a beer or a whiskey with a beer back. That's the one. And I would just sit there and draw. And eventually the bar would fill up because I would usually get there early. I would get off work and go to the bar around if it was New York, I worked mornings, I worked lunches. So I would be off by around 3, and I'd go to the bar around that time. Bring my sketchbook, get some beers in me, just start drawing. And I have all the sketchbooks from these times. The stuff that I drew at the bars, it just wasn't good. Just not good drawings. Not technically good. Not the ideas weren't good. Just kind of stupid drawings. But I did get to meet a few people doing that, because eventually somebody will be like, "Oh, yeah, what are you drawing?" And you kind of talk to them. And the funny part about that is that I was about 50% right about how I was going about trying to meet somebody. The being at the bar and drinking part, that was not the correct part. The drawing part was the correct part. I can't imagine how difficult it is to meet somebody in this day and age, with all the different dating apps, with all the different just technology in the way, with all the different things that are currently dividing us. I think that even when I was younger, it seemed hard to meet someone, and I was constantly miserable because I was single a lot. I think even then it was easier than it is now. So for you young people who are single, who don't have somebody in their lives, listen to this next part very carefully. The best way that you can meet your soulmate, your person that you're going to be with, is to pursue what you want to do with your life. So if you are a creative person, such as myself, what you want to do is just do your thing, do your work. Post it online, try to get shows, get your work in front of as many people as possible. If you're somebody who is into sports, just keep doing your sports thing. Put all your time and energy into that. Because what I've found is that when you really start to pursue what it is you feel like you were put on this earth to do, you meet the right people along the way. And what I mean by this is the universe provides. The world works in very mysterious ways, And the more time you spend looking for somebody, the more time and effort you put into actually being like, okay, I'm gonna go find a girl to date or a guy to date or whatever, the harder it is going to be to find those people. What you need to do is not do that at all. Do not look for that person. The universe will provide. The way that you can be the most attractive to somebody else is when you're passionate about something, when you're driven, when you're motivated, when you're confident, and those things make you very interesting. When you don't pursue what it is you want to pursue, you begin to stagnate. You sit around, probably, not doing anything positive with your time, and you become stagnant. You just think, you overthink things. You think, why me? Why can't I find someone? And when you do go out and look for someone, you're not a desirable person to be with. Why, what makes you so interesting? You have to establish yourself in this world as somebody with a drive, with passion, with some kind of interesting aspects to your character. You must build your character first. And the best way to do that, as I've said earlier, is to find what you want to do with your life and then start doing it and put all your time and energy into that. Because what you'll find is that once you get onto the path of what you want to do with your life, you'll meet other people who are on that same path. And through those people, you'll meet other people. And eventually, when you aren't even ready for it, when you're not looking for it at all, you'll meet the person that you were always supposed to meet. And that's exactly how I met my wife. I was so into doing Beebosloth, and the only thing that I could think of when I woke up in the morning was drawing new stuff and putting it out into the world and sharing it with the world. That's all I did. Was I lived, breathed, and ate my craft. And one day I got a message from my now wife, who was looking for artists to put in a show and for a creative collective that she was building. And I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, oh great, a new job. I love making some money or getting some exposure for what I do. I wasn't even thinking about any kind of relationship or anything. And fast forward to now, happily married, and we have a daughter. So why I came to ramble on the internet today is that I want to tell you again, I'm just going to state this again, and if you made it this far, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. To meet the person of your dreams, you have to first become the person of your dreams. You have to strive to do everything you can to follow your dreams. You have to find out what it is you were put here to do and get on that path and go full force onto that path. Because once you're on that path, the universe will provide for you. I'm not a religious man. I can get into that later. But I do believe in energy. And I believe that if you align your energy with the things that you want to do in life and in the spheres that you want to inhabit, you will, by default, meet somebody who shares those same interests. And you will click and you will network and you will find other people. And through that, you're going to have a good life. I pretty much guarantee it. So thanks for listening to me ramble. If you got this far, I really appreciate you. Just maybe watch some of my other videos. Stay tuned for more. And if you're wondering why I keep putting these out, it's because I just want to talk to people, and I want to share my advice that I have accumulated from my own experiences. I feel like I've been fortunate enough to experience quite a lot in my time on this planet, and I would like to just share that so that people may listen to what I have to say and maybe get something from it and realize that life doesn't have to be the way that they show you in movies, and it doesn't have to be the way that it is on social media. Life is what you make it, and first and foremost, you have to work on yourself. Make yourself a desirable human being, make yourself a kind and compassionate person, and follow your dreams. I appreciate you.